Hey there, everybody. Don Evans here from WatchReport.com. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Alessandro Baldieri Seamonster SM-46. As the model name suggests, 46, it is the Seamonster 46 in the 46 millimeter case size. Let me run down here the specs and then I'll pick it up and give you a good look at it. What you have here is a 46 millimeter case. It is 55 millimeters lug to lug or in length. You have 24 millimeter lugs for the strap. It is a Miyota 9015 automatic movement. It is 16 millimeters thick and weighs about 170 grams. The price for this version, which is the bead blasted or sand blasted version, is $1,050 USD. Now, this particular version is what they call the sun-aged white dial. And as you can see, I have my studio lights on here, and I would say this is pretty close to what you're going to see in person or, when you're out in the sunlight or whatever. It is a muted white dial, almost like if you took a white dial and mixed it with just little hints of, like, say, tan. And that is what you're going to get. So it is a little different from, your standard white dial. It's definitely an off-white dial. As you can see here, it has a domed sapphire crystal. That is sapphire. Looking at the dial here, you can see you have applied markers. You have skeletonized hands and a lightning bolt red second hand. SM-46 done in the red as well to give just a little pop of color to the dial. Give a turn of the bezel here. See, it's a very nice firm bezel. Now, one of the things, well, I'll get back to talking about something here in a second that I want to point out, but let me go around the case here and show you the uniqueness of this case. Best to my knowledge, this is all done by CNC. So you have this stepped case with all these angles and cutouts, giving you something very different. And in my opinion, while it's different, it is something that is still not over the top crazy. I like to call this the bottle cap bezel because it reminds me of a bottle cap. Everything about this has a very unique look to it. You have this wonderfully curved case back here. You can see how curved that is, which allows it to sit on the wrist extremely comfortably, especially for such a large watch. Screws down with 6 hex screws. And you got your nice design here on the back. These are limited to 300 pieces. Now, there's different variations. I know there's a gray dial, and I believe there is a solid black dial as well, and there's also a PVD or a DLC version. I don't know if they're limited. I'm guessing they're limited to 300 pieces per variation, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Now, like I said, I feel this is one of the most unique cases I guess I've seen. Something that is going outside the box, trying to be different. They are definitely not doing a sub-homage or a Panerai homage or anything else here. They're trying to stand on their own, do something completely custom. Now, when somebody says, well, it's $1,050 for, a Miyota 9015 movement, Hey, everybody has their own perception on things. Everybody places different value on things. I'm coming at it and I'm trying to look at it as a reviewer, and I'm trying to say, well, okay, but these days for $700, $700 easily, and there's many brands out there, especially many micro brands, you'll be spending $750 for Miyota 9015 automatic movements that are using some off-the-shelf parts. Here, everything was completely designed and completely custom made. There is no off-the-shelf here. So, there's a lot of time invested. There was a lot of money invested to make this particular watch. So at that point, I say, well, all right, you're talking, let's say, another $400 more than, say, another micro brand with a Miyota 9015 movement. But you're also getting something that doesn't look like everything else, is completely custom. Is that worth it to you? Well, that's up to you. That's not up for me to tell you. I do have to say that as far as the case goes, as far as the watch goes, I really dig the style of it. Even though it is a large watch, it sits very comfortably on the wrist. Just has a great look and presence about it. And like I said, it's definitely something that not everybody else is going to be wearing. One of the things I like here with the crown and the crown guards is you could see how deep the crown goes into the crown guard here, which really is protecting the crown. I mean, for a change, crown guards here and the way this is going in, at least halfway, if not more, is really going to do a good job. If you were to bang this on something, you really don't have to worry about that crown getting knocked. Speaking of the crown, let's unscrew it here. It is a screw down crown, of course. Okay, unscrew it. Just show you setting the time here. Okay. Screws back down and very smoothly screws back down into the case. The leather strap, now this is a black leather strap with the red stitching, as you can see. This is a very high quality leather strap. What it is it's reconditioned ammo leather. So they're taking the ammo pouches, they're making the straps, and then they are dyeing them black and adding the minimal stitching. So, for anybody that is into watch straps, especially the high-end leather watch straps, whether you're putting them on your Panerais or whatever watches, from custom makers, you could spend anywhere from $100, $200, a couple brands out there, $350 for custom ammo leather straps. So these are not cheap, and you are getting a very nice, very thick ammo leather strap with this watch already installed. You have a nice custom buckle here as well with the Baldieri logo or name imprinted there. Now, one of the things I do want to point out, and just because it's my job as a reviewer to point it out, I've said this before about a couple of their models. Now, of course, the name Seamonster, and it has a ratcheting dive bezel on it here. It's a dive watch. Well, the only problems with that, in essence, is I don't want to call it a fashion watch, because the way this watch is put together and built, and your domed sapphire, your Miyota 9015 movement, everything about it is very high quality. So I don't want to label it in that fashion watch category, but I guess I have to say, to a certain extent, it's a faux diver. And the reason I say that, I mean, obviously, if you look, neither on the bezel nor on the dial do you have any, minute or second hash marks. So if you were to actually use this for diving, you're not going to be able to really, time it very well, considering you don't have those hash marks on the dial. Also, the only amount of lume that is on this dial, or on this watch I should say, is up here at the lume triangle pip and on the ends of the hands. With that said, I still think it's a great looking watch. It has, you know, great look about it. Let me show it to you on the wrist here real quick. As always, I have a 7.5-inch wrist to give you a little bit of reference. You can see it definitely goes end to end here on my wrist, but it does sit comfortably due to that curved case back. The crown does not dig into my wrist or anything like that. Very nice looking watch. It's very comfortable. Please check out the full review at watchreport.com. I'll have my updated thoughts and comments. You can see all the pictures and read more about it, the history of the brand and such. Give us a like or a comment here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do so. This has been Don Evans for watchreport.com, and we'll see you on the next video.